Hey, welcome into the round pen with Springtime. Springtime's the horse, and Anastasia here is the owner. And so Stasi's gonna learn some things about horse training today, aren't you? Mm-hmm. We hope. So here's what let's do, Stasi. I'm gonna show you a couple of things. I want you to watch me do it, and then you try it, okay? So kind of step back a little bit. And these are things, the first part here, that this horse already knows that I've taught her. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just throw this rope over her back, like that. Okay, when I first started doing this last week, she was pretty afraid of it. Okay, notice how big of a move I'm making. I'm not sneaking it, I'm not saying, "Hit me, precious." I'm just throwing it over her back like that. Big throw. Then I'm throwing it around her legs, like that. Throwing it around her legs like that, so she got just a little bit bothered by that, all right? So you come do it, okay? And this is one of those things, when the horse gets used to it, it actually will help them relax. And if she moves, you just walk with her. Just keep doing it, act like she didn't move. There you go. So when you did it, she's like, "Oh, I've never seen her move that way before." Okay, big move with your arm, there, throw it up there like that, good. Very good. Go around her back legs. And I see her kind of flinch there. You just keep doing it until she quits flinching. Just keep doing it until she goes, "Okay, whatever." All right. Ready for the fun part? So here's something I haven't done yet, and we're going to do a couple things. All of that's review. I've done all of that before. Okay, so from now on, this is all new stuff for her. All right. So what I'm going to do, and she'll probably be a little scared about it in the beginning, is I'm going to come in here and put my belly button up against her, and see, she's looking at that other horse. She's not paying a whole lot of attention to me. Okay. And I'm going to start jumping up and down like this. Oh, she did better than I expected. Okay, good. Come on in. And then she hear that sound of relaxing, so it did make her a little stressed out, but she didn't run away. Come on. So take the rope and just hook it over your elbow like that, okay? And just go in there just like I was. Rub on her, rub first rubber first. Rub, 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 rub. And the reason the rope's over your elbow is because if she does take off, then you can kind of catch the rope and she won't run off completely. Okay, now just put your belly button right up against her, start jumping up and down. Okay, good, good. All right, correct that, right there. Back her up, back her up, back her up. And you know something? She hadn't tried to bite me. Why do you think she tried to bite you?
Because she wants to be the alpha.
Exactly. She doesn't respect you. And that right there is how you change it. Okay? You probably won't have to do that too many times. Okay, so how long have you owned this horse?
2 years.
2 years, okay. So in that 2 years, you know, she's little, I guess, when you got her. Yeah, she's developed an opinion of you that she's number one and you're number two. So we got to switch that around. Okay, go right back to it. Walk right back in there like nothing ever happened. Shorten your rope up so you've got a hold of it. If she does, get it real short. Hanging over your arm there. Okay. Okay, go back to jumping. Okay, better. Better. All right. Now move. I want you to go the length of the horse. Start at her neck and go all the way back to her tail. Jumping as you go. All right, that's really good. She actually is handling that better than I expected. Go all the way back. Okay, she won't kick you. Trust me. Say, "Well, how do you know?" She did try to bite me. Because I can tell by the look on her eye, basically. That's how I know. All right, let's switch the rope to this side and you can come start at the front on this side. Okay, put that rope, just crook it over your right elbow and get it short. The reason I say get it short, there's one reason right there. Okay. Okay, so she just kind of ignored you and walked off because this other horse came walking up to the fence and she thought that horse was more important than you. Okay? The reason I said keep the rope short over your right elbow is this. Right, like this. Because if she starts to move, especially if she does it in an aggressive way, if she tried to kick or whatever, then you can do this and pull her hip away from you. Okay? Whereas if your rope is long and she did that, she would be able to get out there in kick range and kick you, and you couldn't do anything about it. Okay? I kind of don't think she would, but it's just better to be safe than sorry. Okay? So come around to this side and put that over your elbow about right there. There. And just walk in there, rub on her first. So different side, different horse. Right side springtime is not the same horse as left side springtime. Okay? The horse's brain, one half of their brain controls one side, the other half controls the other side. So you have to train both sides. All right? All right, go ahead. Well, let's give her a second to quit that. Okay. Now get her head up, get her to kind of pay attention to you. All right, go. Excellent. Okay, come toward her head. And just be aware of that biting thing. If she does it, I want you to correct her immediately. Good. Good. Keep going. Go back toward her hip. Good. And I've had a lot of horses that, I mean, you had to do this for 3 or 4 days before they were okay with it. She's doing quite well with it, okay? All right, let's see what she does. Okay, there we go. Good. She's looking at you, isn't she? Okay, that's good. Now, what I'm wondering is, can I get up like this? See what I'm doing? And again, if she moves, I just slide off and land on the ground. It's not dangerous at all. All right? Let's see if you can do that. You had no idea what kind of craziness you were getting into, did you? Okay, go in there, put your tummy up against her, kind of jump up and down. Okay, and I'll boost you up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so see if you can get your leg up over her tail, and then this leg over this leg. And the reason I cross my ankles like that, and then put one hand down on this side, the reason I cross my ankles is it makes it less likely to get caught. See, like you're sliding off. Try to get balanced up there. There you go. Good. But you're less likely to get caught with one leg on either side of the horse. Push up just a little more. Okay. And just sit there a minute and take a nap, and I'll wake you up later. That was a short nap. Okay. Now, look at her. She's not scared, upset, bothered, nothing. She's fine. She's fine. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm just going to sit here. I want you to take a step back about 5 steps, and let's let her take a mental break. If she wants to roll, I don't care. I don't think she will. But I like it that she didn't just walk away from us. Okay, that tells me that she's not too scared, not too bothered. She's okay. Okay. The other thing she did, and she's done this with me a lot, even though I'm standing on her right side, she bent around so that I'm in her left eye. Do you know why she does that? She's more comfortable. You spend most of your time on this side of her. Okay? So she's more comfortable with me being on her left side. Most horses are, because most of us spend most of the time on the left side of the horse. And we shouldn't. Okay? See, she did it again. And that other filly, Bonnie, she's worse about trying to put me in her right eye. And it's, like I say, it's pretty common. It doesn't mean anybody's done anything wrong. It just means that she needs a little more time spent on this side Getting used to stuff. Okay. Now I'm not going to put it on her. I'm just going to set it like that and let her look at it out of both eyes. See her do that? Good. Okay. Man. And another reason I use an old saddle is because if something happens, the saddle gets kind of beat up, I don't care. I don't want my good handmade saddle getting beat up. This one's all right. Yeah, she's handling that fine. Okay. So now come around, I'll do the same thing on the other side. Repeat the process. Let me get this lad to go up here. Good. Good girl. She said, I don't know if I want you back there with that crazy thing. It's all right. All right. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is pull it off and let it hit the ground. Why would I do such a crazy thing? Okay. Have you ever been bucked off a horse?
Not bucked off.
Have you ever fallen off?
Yeah.
Did you fall off forward?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most people do. When you go off of a horse, the majority of the time we go off over the shoulder like this. In fact, I had a girl come off of one of my horses a couple weeks ago. And same thing, she went right over the front. Horse didn't buck, but she fell off nonetheless. So for a young horse, if that happens, it can scare them. Some of them it can like traumatize them. And so I want her, I like that lick and chew right there. I want her to realize if something flips off, it's not that big a deal. So if, God forbid, a week or two from now I come off of her, I don't want it to scare the bejeebers out of her. Okay? So I'm just going to reach up here, give this thing a pull, and step back and let it hit the ground. I'd kind of like her to be paying a little more attention to me instead of that mare out there. If I didn't have the saddle in place right now, I would lunge her and get her attention back on me. Okay. Remember the deal? You only have to work an hour a day. She's not really following the deal, is she? All right. So watch my hand. You see how I'm touching her on the belly when I reach underneath? She's way more. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull this off and lunge her because I don't want to do this with her completely checked out mentally from me. Okay? That's not acceptable to me. So you don't have to have the stick to do this. You can use a lead rope. So I'm going to move her feet until I get her attention back on me. Okay. And she's young. This is pretty typical. It's not, doesn't mean she's a bad horse or anything like that. She just is more concerned about what's going on there than she is with me. So let's see if we can change that a little. Might be a good time to get her used to water puddles. Well, that got her attention a little bit. Okay. Not making much progress now. I got an ear on me there for about half a second. So how long is this going to take? I don't know. I think it's Craig Cameron that says if you need to wear a watch when you're training horses, you better not do it. Something like that. Horses don't wear watches. That's funny. She may have never drank out of a mud puddle before. I don't know. But she stepped her feet in there. That's nice. Okay, now she's kind of calming down a little bit. All right, that's much better right there. Okay, let's go right back. Start over. We may have to start from the beginning. It's all right. And, you know, my round pen is right next to my holding pen where all my horses stay during the day. I've got 5, 6, 7 horses right here. Could I fix that? I probably could, but I don't, because that's life. Okay? You can't always live in isolation. Neither can your horse. So she has to learn to pay attention to me in the midst of all of these distractions. So last time I threw this up from the left side, today now I'll throw it up from the right side. Okay. I'm not going to do it while she's moving. I'm trying to keep from getting my cinch in the mud here. If I can. There we go. And I want you to notice, even though I'm going slow, I'm not sneaking around her, okay? I'm not sneaking around her. I'm doing it with deliberate movements, but I'm not being sneaky. You know, if you sneak horses, if you sneak around a horse, they'll think you're up to something. Come here. You sneak up to them, they're going to be pretty suspicious of that. Okay? Now, when I reach my left hand under here, I'm going to rub her as I go, like that. And if I thought she was kicky, I'd use something, my stick or something, but I don't think she is. See, I'm rubbing that now. What I will do here, I hope I'm still in the camera frame, is I'm going to pull and release. Did you see her head respond to that? Pull and release. So, you know, she might hump up a little bit. I don't think so, but it's possible. And if she does, not a big deal. There. Pull a little tighter and release. Pull and release. Okay, she seems all right. Now we're kind of committed. You ever watch bull riding on TV?
Yeah.
You ever notice when the bull gets loose, so everybody starts climbing the fence? Mm-hmm. You might need to do that here in a second. I'm joking. I don't think you will. Okay. So now I'm kind of committed. Now I'm going to go ahead and get it tight enough to stay on right now so that if she does take off on me, it'll stay in place. Okay. And I wasn't ready for her to move, but she did. Okay. So the back cinch is still hanging, and I just realized the hobble came loose on the back cinch, so I'm going to have to fix that. Yeah, I didn't think she's going to have a problem. There's two reasons I like to use a back cinch on the first saddling. One is it's just part of life, and they need to get used to it, because most people have back cinches on their saddles these days. Okay. The other reason is when she starts loping, the back of the saddle starts bouncing up and down, and the back cinch kind of keeps it from bouncing too much, which I don't want it to do in the beginning. Okay, let's get it. So it's pretty snug, pretty tight, that back cinch is. Let's go one more notch here and we're going to be ready to go. Okay. All right, now. Okay. So I'm going to ask her to lunge around me this way. She doesn't seem too concerned about the saddle.